If Red Bull was secretly hoping Honda might swoop in to save the day in 2026, they can forget it. The Japanese powerhouse has just shut the door and bolted it shut. Rumors had been swirling that Honda could be a backup plan in case Red Bull's brand new Powertrains project runs into trouble. But Honda's top boss isn't having any of it. Koji Watanabe, president of Honda Racing Corporation, delivered a crystal clear message. Don't even think about it. That is not possible at all, he told AS Web. Even if we were asked to do it now, it would be too late. The chances are zero. That's not just a no, that's a hell no. Honda and Red Bull have been an unstoppable force since 2019, racking up 4 straight drivers' titles and a pair of constructors' crowns. But all good things come to an end. Their partnership will officially wrap up after the 2025 season, and Red Bull is now diving headfirst into its own power unit venture, Red Bull Powertrains, with Ford as its wingman. It's a massive gamble. For the first time in F1 history, a non-manufacturer team is trying to build its own hybrid power unit from scratch, all under the pressure of the sweeping 2026 regulations focused on electrification and sustainable fuel. While there's no public sign of trouble inside the Red Bull Ford camp, the paddock has been buzzing with whispers. What if it all goes wrong? Could Honda step back in last minute? Now we have our answer. Honda isn't just walking away, they're sprinting in the other direction. Whatever happens with Red Bull's engine project, they're officially on their own. The Japanese giant has locked in a full factory partnership with Aston Martin, a move born from a stunning U-turn on their 2020 decision to quit F1. What changed? The 2026 regulations. They're green, they're hybrid heavy, and they're tailor-made for Honda's future. So when they recommitted, Red Bull had already marched forward with Red Bull Powertrains and a new marriage with Ford. The timing? Missed. The bridge? Burned. While Red Bull goes all in with Ford, Honda is already deep into development with Aston Martin. The new power unit mating seamlessly with a bespoke gearbox crafted by the Silverstone squad. Testing, ongoing, collaboration, already in sync. Not just with machines, but with minds. UK and Japan, side by side. The blueprint for 2026 is already taking shape. The gearboxes are edging closer to final spec, Watanabe confirmed. We're testing both parts and people. We've run multiple sessions with both Honda and Aston Martin staff working as one. Watanabe expressed confidence in the progress of this partnership, highlighting the rigorous testing process already in motion. Of course, that is a power unit for testing and not the final specification, he explained. We combine the latest products at the time with each other at the testing stage, and we do tests in the UK and in Japan. We don't do the tests at the same time. When we do it in Japan, we do it in Japan only. And it's not just the things that are tested, but also the people who are present at the same time. And Honda staff and Aston Martin staff work together. And we've already done multiple tests. Behind the walls of Red Bull Powertrains, the mood is anything but relaxed. With no safety net, no backup, and no proven legacy in engine manufacturing, the entire project is riding on blind faith and bold ambition. Every dyno test, every design revision, every meeting with Ford engineers carries the weight of championship expectations. One misstep, one failure to meet performance benchmarks, and the 2026 season could turn into a catastrophe before it even begins. Unlike manufacturers like Mercedes and Ferrari, Red Bull has no historical blueprint to lean on. They're building a power unit empire from scratch. Facilities, staff, systems, and supply chains, all while the clock ticks relentlessly toward a regulatory overhaul that no one has fully conquered yet. That's not development, that's a race against inevitability. If Red Bull falters, the post-mortem will be brutal. Critics will ask why they let Honda go, why they rushed to build an engine empire instead of sticking with the proven formula. And if Aston Martin thrives with Honda power, it'll only add salt to the wound. The media won't be kind. The comparisons will be unavoidable. And Red Bull's new leadership, already tested in recent months, will come under an even harsher spotlight. To understand the full weight of Ford's return to Formula One, you have to go back, way back, to a time when the name Ford didn't just appear in the paddock, it owned it. This is the company that gave F1 one of its most iconic engines of all time, the Cosworth DFV. Introduced in 1967, it didn't just compete, it dominated. Between 1967 and 1985, the DFV and its derivatives racked up 176 Grand Prix victories, powering legends like Jackie Stewart, James Hunt, Emerson Fittipaldi, and Mario Andretti to world titles. It became the backbone of an era, an engine so good, so reliable, that it turned midfield teams into title contenders. Back then, Ford wasn't in F1 as a sponsor or a brand ambassador, it was engineering royalty. Their badge didn't just represent horsepower, it represented championships. But as the turbo era took hold in the mid-80s, Ford's dominance began to fade. The DFV grew obsolete. The company pushed on through partnerships with Benetton and Jordan, but the magic was never quite the same. Then came the Jaguar racing experiment, born from the acquisition of Stewart Grand Prix in 2000, and that turned into a corporate misfire of epic proportions. Mismanagement, internal chaos, and lack of results forced Ford to pull the plug by 2004, selling the team to none other than Red Bull. Talk about full circle. Now, 2 decades later, Ford is back, but this time they're not buying a team or reviving a works squad. They've entered the most unpredictable engine project in modern F1, Red Bull Powertrains. On paper, it looks like a clever alliance. Red Bull is the dominant force. The facilities are being built with championship intent. Ford brings hybrid tech, sustainable fuel expertise, and that unmistakable blue oval legacy. For now, the curtain has fallen on one of the most dominant alliances in modern Formula One history. Honda and Red Bull, a duo that powered Max Verstappen to 4 straight titles and crushed the constructors' fight from 2021 to 2024, are parting ways. But this isn't a soft goodbye. It's final, cold, and immovable. Behind the scenes, the reality is harsh. The intricate complexity of hybrid-era power units, combined with the unforgiving deadlines of the looming 2026 regulation reset, makes any talk of rekindling that partnership a logistical fantasy. Honda's Koji Watanabe didn't just reject the idea, he shut it down with brutal clarity. There's no room for emotion, no sentimentality about past glories. In today's Formula One, preparation is everything, and Honda has already committed its full engineering firepower to Aston Martin. Turning back now isn't just impractical, it would derail 2 years of forward-focused development that's already well underway. Red Bull now stands at the edge of a cliff, staring into the unknown. Their bet on building a power unit from scratch through Red Bull Powertrains, with Ford by their side. And Honda? They've burned the map and charted a new course with Aston Martin. There is no backup plan, no lifeline, no U-turn. For the Bulls, the message is clear: make your engine work or pay the price. If Red Bull's engine gamble with Ford backfires in 2026, who do you think takes the blame? Red Bull for letting Honda go, or Ford for stepping into something too big too soon? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, goodbye for now.